Horizont und Turi2 TV.
Andrew, you are in the company Facebook since 2006. Can you describe how did the company change during the past 11 years?
Yeah, well, obviously you can't go from 15 engineers to over 1,000 engineers, not to mention a much larger company overall, without a lot of changes. But a lot of those changes are kind of what you'd expect. There's a lot more communication, there's a lot more people to manage, there's a lot more management in general. I actually find, and I don't mean to sidestep the question, I find the more exciting question is what hasn't changed in 11 years. Because you think, going from less than 100 employees to more than 10,000 employees is a tremendous shift. But what's been interesting to me is how much the culture of Facebook and how much we care about the work that we do really hasn't changed. I know that sounds a little bit surprising in a lot of ways, but most people at Facebook, they could do any job they wanted to. They could work in different companies, they could work in different industries, they're very smart people. So something brings them to Facebook every day. And I think that's the mission, to make the world more open and connected. And over the 11 years that I've been there's a big element of the Facebook that's still kind of that startup mentality, that's just very irreverent, very skeptical, always willing to try something different, always willing to take something that's actually working pretty well and see if you can do it a better way. And I think I love that, because even though a lot of times that's just wasted energy, a lot of times it turns out you're already doing a pretty good job of it, or you can't do it better. But every now and then you find a way to do it better, and you're just pushing the edge that much further along, and you're allowing yourself to innovate a little bit more. And so I've just been amazed, personally, kind of really growing up with the company, at some of the pieces that have been so consistent over 11 years.
One of the slogans connected to Facebook was fail harder. Is this still something you say within the company? Absolutely.
Fail harder, fail faster. One of the things, our big goals is to learn. We approach our work, and I say this, I hope people really, it resonates with them. We approach our work with a great humility, which is to say that we don't think that we have all the right answers. So we have a lot of ideas. So what we want to do is test those ideas as quickly as we can. Not never in a way that's damaging to people, not ever in a way that's sensitive to security or privacy, but in a safe way. We want to test those ideas as quickly as we can so we can learn what works and what doesn't. And the sooner you find that out, the sooner you're building great things that people love.
Right now you're testing a lot of stuff. You have the traditional Facebook platform, you have the Messenger, but you also have the augmented reality stuff, you have some artificial intelligence going on. Can you say what kind of company is Facebook today? How would you describe it? What is it really?
I can understand how it can be surprising that we're working on solar-powered drones and artificial intelligence into the same company. Facebook's a technology company, and our product is connection, is human connection. And any way that we can find to connect people better, that's what we're going to pursue. So, we pursue drones because there's 4 billion people on Earth who aren't connected to the internet, and we think they should be. And so we're going to fly the internet to them. And we work on artificial intelligence because it allows us to connect to people across language barriers, across disability barriers, and to surface information from places that they wouldn't otherwise have found, but that they care about a lot, which is the work that I do in Ads and Business Platform. And so all these things across mobile, across virtual reality, augmented reality, they make a lot of sense together if you look at it through that lens of connection.
Can one say that Facebook is a media company?
Every day we come to work and we work on the technology that's in front of us. Everyone who works at Facebook is a technologist. So we really think of ourselves as a technology company. But we certainly have tremendous respect for the role that we play connecting people to information. That's something that if you've seen what Mark's been talking about and writing about over the last several months, something that we're talking a lot more about.
In your function as Vice President Ads and Business Platform at Facebook, you are one of the people that maybe shaped the online advertising industry like not many people in the world. So you're the guy to ask, where is online and especially mobile and social advertising heading?
Yeah, what we've been focused on so much at Facebook, and I think is a microcosm of what's happening in the larger ads ecosystem, especially on mobile, is really highly relevant, engaging content. Now, that doesn't sound new. Every marketer forever has been trying to do that. But the tools are so much richer now. The device is so much more engaging. It's got so much more capability in terms of what it can do. And the ability to target the right message to the right person is completely new. And so as much as marketers have been doing this in name for a long time, the tool set is much better, it's much richer, but it does require us to learn and think a little differently about how we approach our marketing. So for example, two different companies, one who's trying to reach everyone with the same message, one who's got multiple messages which are a little more crafted, that second company is going to have a little bit of an advantage. And I think that's something that all marketers we need to learn to be successful on mobile devices going forward.
Mobile is the next big thing is a phrase that we used for a long time, but you say it's still true, and many companies still haven't understood.
Yeah, this is for me such an important part of thinking about my work, of how I expect it to play out over the next 5 years at Facebook. Mobile is a trend that is still in the early stages, I believe, of the impact it's going to have, not just on marketing or on technology, but on society and on the economy. And I think about a good example is when you're walking around a new town. This is my first time in Hamburg. Is your phone helping you as much as it could to navigate that? Is it giving you the things that your friends loved that are interesting? Is it giving you the opportunities to find a sale or find a deal? Is it giving you an opportunity to find something that you're going to really love and treasure? Or when you go to your phone, are you kind of escaping the place that you're at and going someplace else entirely? I'd really like to help to use these mobile devices to connect people to their local communities, to people around them, to the history around them. And I think that's an untapped opportunity, and that's something that we're going to be spending a lot more time on at Facebook.
You already said local businesses. What can Facebook do, especially for small and local businesses that want to reach their local audience?
Yeah, of course. Look, Germany is a great case study for this. Facebook has 65 million small businesses around the world using pages every month. But just in Germany, where you've got 99% of businesses are small and medium businesses, 3.6 million of those in Germany, 1.2 million are on Facebook already, every month, just engaging with people. And that's a much larger number than the numbers that are strictly advertising. So I'm not even talking about paid media. I'm just talking about being a part of the presence. And of course it makes sense, because if someone's using a mobile phone, they're not going to go to a mobile website. They're not going to download a million different apps. So having a presence in a place that those people already are spending their time is so important. And so for me, the opportunity that we have for local and small businesses is to put them on a level playing field with businesses of all sizes. And I think it's a tremendous opportunity for those who are willing to invest.
You said they don't really have to use paid media if they don't want to, but it's pretty hard to grow an audience on Facebook without paid media, isn't it?
Well, I tell you, we've got 65 million businesses using Facebook's Pages product around the world every month, and only 5 million of those are advertising. So I don't think 60 million businesses are likely to waste their time, especially not small businesses for whom time is one of the most valuable commodities. And so my sense is that those businesses are finding success. They are finding traction. They're finding their audience, and making it work for them. And it doesn't, again, have to be about marketing products. It could be about finding employees, which is a jobs product that we're testing right now. It could be about getting the word out about something that they care about, or a disaster, or an opportunity. And so I really think that the numbers tell me a different story. The numbers tell me that people are having a lot of success just investing time in the platform. And I really care about that, and I want to continue to see that grow.
Last question. What is the innovation right now that you're the most excited about?
It sounds small, but we've just launched a thing a couple of months ago in the US to allow for event ticketing natively on Facebook, and for people to make appointments with local hairdressers or nail salons just going through Messenger. And it sounds so simple, and that's what I love about it. For a long time, Facebook is helping connect people to new ideas, helping them discover new concerts, discover new businesses. But then you're kind of left on your own to make that connection. And we're starting to foster a much deeper connection, sometimes a transaction, sometimes just a message between a person and a business that feels much more conversational, it feels much more human, it feels like the kind of connectivity you would expect when you're talking to a local business. And I'm very excited about that. So it's early, it's very small stuff, it's very simple, but these are tools that 1.8 billion people know how to use, and they use all the time. And I think that's going to be such a powerful tool if we can unlock it for people.
When can we expect it in Germany?
Soon, actually. These are all things that we often test in the United States or in small urban markets where we have a really good understanding of what data means. And as soon as we have a sense that those are good things, that people really use them, we look to expand. And in particular with these tests, we're working with partners. And so that's the kind of thing that as soon as we find it to be good enough, we're going to be shipping it broadly.
Boss, thank you very much.